1788 down on Sydney Cove, the first spoken people land, and they say, sorry boy, Hawkins, you're lost, we're gonna have to take this land.
Ben Taylor Quimmer. I'll give you an introduction in my Noongar language. They're singing up here today. Kaya ngay wangay ni jawa Noongar boyo barangan. Ngara mor kura ni ni mor kulin. Ni jawa gar mia ni ni carnival wangay. I welcome you onto the Noongar Wajak Dreaming Track. For thousands of years, the spirits of the rainbow serpent have been amongst my people. And the spirits are getting stronger now and louder.
Yamaji, my mother's country, Yamaji, Wadjuri tribe, from Malawa, and my father's country is Gorin Yinin.
Voller.
And my name's Herbert Brofo.
Mervyn Eads, Noongar man, Menang Williman clan group of the southwest.
Alone at Kickit. I live at Swan Valley, towards Midland area, so I'll be a Salt Lake Noongar woman.
Kaya wanju nyao bell around. Pretty Kwawarong yoga. What?
I am Judith Lichtenspike. I'm a scientist.
Hi, my name's Danny Passionfruit. Yeah, hi there. My name's Sam Wainwright. I'm a councilor here at the City of Fremantle, and also a member of Socialist Alliance.
Work your life like a convict with a chain on your neck and hand.
Oh, it was great. It was great. We elders met with Brad Pettit, the Lord Mayor of Fremantle. We sat down before that, and he said he was going to support that. So that, I forget how long ago it was, but then it came on the table, and he started. He got a lot of feedback from racist people saying, "Oh, shouldn't do that." This is all. This is part of the unity, is not. It's a day of mourning for us.
I think that's the right decision, and it's pretty hard to celebrate on Australia Day, and there's not really much celebrating to do here in Australia at the moment.
I felt good. Felt at peace, like the other elders, you know, because it means a lot to the Aboriginal people. And we never ever got that opportunity when we were children, you know, to speak out, but now we can.
I felt happy because it's. I was there. It was the one who asked Brad for this day to happen. Brad took it in his heart and done what he done. He took a risk, but the risk turned out as today. Now the proof is that we all can come together as one big mob.
The struggles that you go through, everybody got struggles, but today breaks all that. Coming here and just to be free.
It was very emotional. It was pretty much an era of a change is coming, and like for Australia, white Australia and black Australia to come together as one, well, we need to have a day that signifies all of us coming together, not the day of what they've set aside, because to my people it signifies a day of invasion, a day when our culture was lost. A lot of us are still actually trying to find our culture and our relatives and our food. So for that day to be a day of celebration, it's actually, you're pretty much dancing on the graves of my ancestors.
Decision by Fremantle Council to stop doing the January 26 fireworks is a decision I'm really proud to have been part of. It was a really important decision. By itself, it's only a small or symbolic thing, but it's been a really important contribution to a debate that is now spreading across Australia that goes to the heart of Australia's origins as a colonial settler state that was founded on the violent dispossession of its Indigenous people. And it's a discussion, it's a reality that a lot of Australia hasn't been prepared to face up to. A lot of the media, particularly the West Australian and the Murdoch media, they just went completely ballistic. They really tried to bully and pressure the council to change its to change its position. They really wanted to stop the discussion from spreading. Ironically, it's had the opposite, and we've seen that. You know, there's councils across the country now which have decided they don't want to do Australia Day celebrations. We've seen the biggest Invasion Day rallies across the country that have taken place for ages, and they've, as well as being defiant and angry, they've also been really proud and positive, and that really gives you hope that we can create a better Australia.
So for today, I think it marks more respect for the culture of Australia, which people forget, that there was a culture here in Australia that needs to be respected. There is a day that is more for mourning than a day that needs to be celebrated.
It was really strong and powerful what the Fremantle Shire did in recognising the ancestors that we had lost in, you know, in settlement and colonisation and that. And, you know, yeah, really grateful for Fremantle for what they've done. And they put a strong foot forward that the rest of the nation is slowly following.
200 years of materialism, you strip that forest clean.
Oh, I'd like to see it develop bigger and bigger. More people come to it. And widespread all around West Australia and all over Australia. Look at Sydney, Melbourne, 50,000. That really put the wind up these politicians now. They're thinking twice now, and that's good.
If the people can unite together, uniting together as one, because we are one people, you know. It doesn't matter what nationality we are. It's growing. You see people coming, and it was big last year, but I think it's going to get bigger as the day goes on. So this will all be covered.
So we're actually hoping for the Perth City Council to move with Fremantle and come together as a day of celebration put here. So one day in Fremantle, one day WA.
I'd like to get bigger and change. When we talk about change and that, let's go one step further and start talking treaty. Start talking treaty with the First Nations people.
We're still sitting here wondering when we're gonna get it back. And they say,
Well, the changing of the date, well, if we change the date, the 26th will still be here. We can move Australia Day for the white Australians another day. And in the future, give back the 26th so we can teach you people out there culture, language.
Yes, change the date. As I said, it's a day of mourning.
Working on the rabbit sales, really keen to find a new
It's not enough to change the date. We need more. We need attitude to change. And they need to sit down with us Aboriginal people, Noongar people, Wanga, Yamaji, Marga, Injamardi, all around Western Australia and all over Australia, and to extend their hand of friendship. We have been the silent ones who've been locked away, out of sight, out of mind, ever since colonisation. And now the time has come for you, the non-Aboriginal people, to say, Kevin Rudd, the Prime Minister, said sorry. Now you've got to come to us and say, how can we say sorry? What do you want? And they got to listen to us, and we can say what we want.
It is definitely not enough. We have to do a lot. History has shown us is how we move forward. You get a minority of people that say slavery is wrong, or women not voting is wrong, or LGBTQI marriages equality needs to be addressed and embraced. And these significant parts of history we need to look back on and acknowledge and learn from in order to progress into the future.
I mean, I think the call to change the date comes from a really good place, because obviously the idea of having a national day on January 26 is completely ridiculous. But it's obvious that just changing a date by itself doesn't go to the heart of things. That doesn't mean we shouldn't have that discussion about change the date, because if you can't have that discussion, then obviously you're not going to have discussion about things that go deeper. You know, does Australia even deserve a national day? And if we do, what should it be called? When should it be? Look, I haven't got a perfect answer to that, but I guess this is my sort of working response, if you like. My answer is Our National Day should be on the day that Australia becomes a republic founded on a treaty with its Indigenous people. A treaty that recognises, that embeds human rights, respect for the planet, and as I said, above and beyond anything else, that's based on a treaty that recognises that Indigenous sovereignty was never ceded.
It's not enough. I think we do need to acknowledge this day as a mourning day and a resistance and resilience day. But I don't think that Australia has won its day. Most countries don't celebrate a national day. They don't have an Argentinian day or English day or anything like it. If we were to celebrate anything, that should be an Independence Day, a Republic Day, and of course that should be only preceded by a treaty with the First Nations.
Yeah, I think the date needs to change, but I think the attitude on celebrating Australia needs to change as well. At the moment it's just another excuse for people to get drunk, get pissed and not go to work. I think there needs to be a bit more celebrating the culture and the First Nations people on Australia Day as well. I think celebrating the history, acknowledging what happened was an invasion day, not just Australia Day.
Well, that's the first thing that we need to do, is the change of that day, because that's pretty much the first day when everything started. And you cannot, sometimes you've got to go back before you can go forward, if you know what I mean.
Changing the date is a start in the right direction. In the remembrance and the commemoration of our ancestors who have fallen because of colonial settlement and that. It is a step in the right direction, but it's not everything and all. The big step is treaty talk.
But I'm a dead set against it on the 26th, where they shouldn't have it, either here in Fremantle or in Perth, because it reminds me of the battleships that went off when they invaded, Western Australia.
Take it back!